I'm very proud of my last name. I'm very proud that Couriers have been athletes and directors, actors, business people, especially North Shore New Brunswick, where every 5 feet's a Courier or our subgenre genus of LaPointe, Hickey, Mullally, Good, and all the extended family. But when this actor came to public notice back in the day, he was in a lot of key roles just as a youngster. And at one point, this native of Middleborough, Massachusetts, who just recently, we're having a birthday in August, will be 46, became a household name because of his connections with Steven Spielberg. So today we're talking about the young Indiana Jones, Corey Courier. Now, Corey Corey is an American former child actor, also known as just Core. He's best known as playing Indiana Jones, age 8 to 10, in the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. Born in Middleborough, Massachusetts, to Thomas and Carlene, he has a younger sister named Bethany. He had attended an acting school at the Priscilla Beach Children's Theater Workshop. When he was a child, he had multiple hobbies, including baseball, gymnastics, wrestling, fencing, guitar, ice skating, and basketball. He attended Clark University in Worcester, Massachusetts, as an undergraduate. So his early film and TV career had a myriad of roles, but we're going to talk about the movies first. And this is some really, really good parts. He was in Witches of Eastwick as part of the Athletic School Band. He was in Men Don't Leave playing Winston Buckley, an uncredited role in Crazy People, My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin where he played Tommy, and After Dark My Sweet when he played Jack. Now, 91, he played Bump in the Night as Jonathan Tierney. Savage Land, he played Luke Morgan. Bushwhacked, he played Ralph. Also was in The Adventures of Pinocchio in 96 as Lampwick. And 2000, When the Time Comes, it was a short film where he played Jess. Now, of all things, he played a young Richard Nixon at age 12 in 95's Nixon, the movie. So the movie itself was an historical drama by Oliver Stone, produced by Stone, Clayton Townsend, and Andrew G. Vajna. Now, there's some flashbacks of him as a child, and he plays most of those roles. Now, Corey was getting a lot of recognition for his strong kind of character roles. On TV, he started quite young in his career, at age 5 when he was in Young People's specials as Martin. 87, he was on into When the Time Comes and Equalizer, and Bump in the Night, the 91 TV movie, when he played Jonathan Tierney. Now, where it really got big, he was only, I think, 12 years old, into 13, where he played Harry Indiana Jones in Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. The episode included Young Indiana Jones and the Curse of the Jackal, British East Africa, September 1909, Vienna, November 1908, Paris, September 1908, Peking, March 1910, Benares, January 1910, and Florence, May 2008, shown in Europe and not the USA. From there, he was on a movie called Treasure Island. The adventure begins as Robbie Wallace, a TV movie. He was in Shock Treatment, another TV movie where he played Jack Grant. 96, he was in The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones Travels with Father, where he played Indiana Jones again, the younger version. This was a TV movie related with the series. In 2000, some of those roles were merged. The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones, My First Adventure, was a re-edited series episode of one chapter, including an introduction narrated by Courier. In The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones, A Journey of Radiance, it was re-edited episodes of one chapter, including new abridging segments. Benaras, January 1910, and Peking, March 1910. The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones, Passions for Life, when he plays the 9-year-olds. And The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones and the Perils of Cupid. This was double episodes, British East Africa and Paris, and Vienna and Florence. And The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones Travels with Father. So all these TV movies and episodes were put heavily in syndication, but Corey's natural acting style really served him well. So it took a lot for Spielberg to have support of Courier to make the TV show. Now, the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, sometimes referred to as Young Indy, was a TV show that aired ABC from March 92 to June 96. Filming took place in various locations around the world, with Old Indy book segments filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina, and on the campus of University of North Carolina at Wilmington. The series was a Lucasfilm TV production in association with Amblin and Paramount. So it also starred Sean Patrick Flannery, George Hall, and Ronnie Couture. 28 episodes and 4 TV films and 2 seasons. The executive producer was George Lucas, 45 minutes per episode. Appeared on the Family Channel and ABC for a while. Now, the Indiana Jones character visits numerous countries during the show. The series explores the childhood, adolescence, and early adulthood of the fictional Indy character Indiana Jones and primarily stars Sean Patrick Flannery and Corey Courier as the title character, with George Hall playing an elderly version of Jones for the bookends of most episodes, though Harrison Ford bookended one episode. The show was created and executive produced by George Lucas, who also created, co-wrote, and executive produced the Indiana Jones feature films. Due to its large budget and low viewership ratings, the series was canceled in 1993. However, following the series cancellation, 4 made-for-TV films were produced in 1994-96 and attempted to continue the series. In 1999, the series was re-edited into 22 TV films under the adventures of young Indiana Jones. Designed as an educational program for children and teenagers, it spotlighted historical figures and important events set to the progressive era of the 1900s, the 1910s, and the 20s. Most episodes featured a standard formula about elderly Jones, played by Hall, in present-day 1982 New York, encountering people who spur him to reminisce and tell stories about his past adventures. These stories would either involve him as a young boy, 8 to 10, played by Corey, and as a teenager and young adult, played by Sean Patrick Flannery. And the Corey segments were quite interesting because in passing, he looked like a young version of Harrison Ford. Now, the one episode, a 50-year-old Indy played by a Ford, is seen reminiscent. Initially, the plan was for the series to alternate between the adventures of Indy as a child, played by Corey, and as an adult, played by Flannery, but eventually the episodes featuring Flannery's version of the character dominated the series. The series bookends revealed that the elderly Jones has a daughter, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. The 2008 film Kingdom of the Crystal Skull introduced Mutt Williams as his son with Marion Ravenwood, but the series makes no mention of a son. This is explained by the film Indiana Jones and the Isle of Destiny, which established that Mutt Williams had been killed during the Vietnam War. Now, it's too bad that Corey's pretty well in retirement now. He was a very, very, like I said, important part of the series. Now, many of the episodes involve Indy meeting and working with famous historical figures, including Leo Tolstoy, Howard Carter, Charles de Gaulle, and John Ford, in such diverse locations as Egypt, Austria-Hungary, India, China, and the whole of Europe. Now, the show provided backstory for the films, his relationship with his father. The first introduced in Last Crusade was depicted in an episode showing his travels with his father as a young boy and brief time as a young adult. His original hunt for the Eye of the Peacock, a large diamond seen in the Temple of Doom, was a recurring element in several stories. The show also chronicled his activities during World War I and his first solo adventures. In the 2008 film King of the Crystal Skull, Indy describes his adventures with Pancho Villa, chronicled in the first episode, to Mutt Williams at the time, his sidekick, later on revealed to be his son. He also mentions his mother, Anna, to Mutt. Now, Corey was in 7 episodes in the early version, and the early years he played the first 5 episodes, and the rest, the episodes are obviously taken over by Flannery. And like I said, numerous guest stars were on the show, everybody from Catherine Zeta-Jones to Michael Gough, Ian McDermott, Peter Firth, all kind of Vanessa Redgrave, all kind of key actors. But Corey in the first part of the episode, our family was very proud that Corey was Indiana Jones. That's something to say. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're celebrating the life of Corey today. If you like what we're doing here with our screenshots and remote control podcasts, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.